Protect yourself from phishing scams. Tips and insights. Welcome back to the RDK channel. So, phishing. It's way more than just tech stuff. It's all about how our minds work. These scams are sneaky. They mess with our trust and trick us into sharing things we shouldn't. In today's world, keeping your personal info safe is super important. So I'm here to give you some tips to help you stay protected. Okay, so first up, let's talk about those emails and messages that pop into your inbox or phone. You know, the ones you weren't expecting? If you get something out of the blue asking for your login, bank details, or anything else that feels a bit too personal, hit the brakes. It's way better to be safe than sorry. Just take a second to think before you click or reply, all right? Tip number 2. It's all about playing detective with the sender. Before you do anything, take a good hard look at that email address or phone number. Does it actually make sense? Does it match who you think it's from? Like, if your bank is supposedly emailing you, does the address look like it actually belongs to them? Little things like typos or weird domain names are huge red flags. Trust your gut on this one. Tip number 3. Be a grammar guru, or at least pretend to be. Real companies, especially the big ones, usually have people checking their messages to make sure everything's perfect. So if you spot a bunch of spelling errors, weird grammar, or just plain awkward sentences, that's a major red flag. Phishing emails are notorious for those kinds of mistakes, so keep your eyes peeled. Tip number 4, and this one's super important. Watch out for those "act now" messages. Phishers love to rush you. They want you to panic and click without thinking. If an email or text is screaming at you to do something immediately or something terrible will happen, take a deep breath and slow down. Don't let them push you around. Real, legitimate organizations will usually give you time to think things over. Last, but definitely not least, tip number 5. Treat links and attachments like they're covered in poison ivy. Seriously, if you don't know who sent it or something just feels off about a link or attachment, do not click it. I repeat, do not click it. It could be loaded with nasty stuff like viruses or other scams just waiting to mess up your computer and steal your info. It's better to be super cautious than to risk it. All right, let's wrap this up with a super important bonus tip. Lock down your accounts like you're protecting Fort Knox. That means using passwords that are strong, unique, and basically impossible for anyone to guess. Think long phrases mixed with numbers and symbols. And even better, turn on two-factor authentication, 2FA, whenever you can. That's like adding a second lock to your door. It makes it way harder for the bad guys to get in, even if they somehow figure out your password. Trust me, it's worth the extra step. Okay, and one more bonus tip, because your digital safety is worth it. Think of your devices and software like they're living things that need regular checkups. Make sure you're always updating your operating system, like Windows or Mac OS, your web browser, like Chrome or Firefox, and all your other software. Those updates aren't just for adding new features. They often include crucial security fixes that patch up holes that hackers could exploit. So keep everything up to date and you'll be way safer. Last tip, I promise. Think of a good antivirus program as your digital bodyguard. You want to have one of those installed on your computer or phone, and you want to make sure it's always up to date. It's like having a little security guard constantly scanning for anything nasty that might try to sneak in and mess things up. So, find a good one from a reputable company and let it do its thing. Okay, last one for real this time. Think of yourself as an account detective. Make it a habit to check your bank statements, credit reports, and anything else where your sensitive info hangs out. Look for anything weird, anything you don't recognize, or any charges you didn't make. Catching these things early can save you a huge headache down the road. It's like being a proactive superhero for your own finances. All right, last one. I promise this is actually the last tip. Let's talk about password managers. Think of them like a super organized digital vault for all your passwords. Instead of trying to remember a million different complex passwords, you just need to remember one strong password to unlock the vault. The password manager then generates and securely stores all your other passwords for you. It's a game changer for security and convenience. All right, last one for real, promise. Let's talk about public Wi-Fi. Think of it like this, that free Wi-Fi at the coffee shop might seem great, but it's often like shouting your passwords in a crowded room. It's not secure, and sneaky people can sometimes snoop on what you're doing. So try to avoid doing anything sensitive, like banking or logging into important accounts, when you're on public Wi-Fi. If you absolutely have to, use a VPN, virtual private network. It's like putting on a disguise for your internet traffic. Okay, last one, pinky swear. The best defense against sneaky online scams is to stay smart. Keep learning about the latest phishing tricks and other nasty stuff lurking online. Follow trusted sources like cybersecurity blogs, news websites, or even channels like this one. The more you know, the better you can protect yourself. Think of it like becoming a digital ninja, always learning and honing your skills. Okay, last one. I swear on a stack of pancakes. Think of backing up your data like making copies of your favorite photos or important documents. If something bad happens, like your computer gets a virus or is stolen, you'll still have all your important stuff safe and sound on that backup. It's like having a digital safety net. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the link in the description for more info, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content. See you next time.